The dating pool is truly atrocious. Like, the older I get, the smaller my dating pool. When I was younger, I was inexperienced, I didn't have standards, but the older I get, the more I realize like what I want and what I don't want. And that shrinks your dating pool. Also, like, the lack of talent there is on this earth, like the lack of talent does not match up. It makes no sense. It is so frustrating when you do meet someone that you connect with, that you vibe with, that you have chemistry with, and you have so much in common with them, and they treat you like shit after. And it's like, we are so compatible. Like, do you realize how shitty the dating pool is? And yet you want to treat me this way? Excuse me? What? Get it, we're going through trauma. We've been hurt. But you're a fucking adult. Like, mature, grow up. Like, if you are going out of your way to take people on dates, to talk to them, what are you looking for, a pen pal? If your intentions are to be pen pals, I'm not into it. But if you're texting me like as if you are trying to court me, you're trying to flirt with me, have the intentions to date. Because what are we doing? Wasting each other's time. Like, I'm too old for this. I don't support the apps. I think the apps are cringy. There are too many options. I feel like the apps are just looking for booty calls, and I'm not a booty call girl. I'm not for it. I'm just not meant for the streets. I'm meant to be wifed down. Right now, I'm in my like, I hate men stage. I think men are trash. I think dating is trash. But yeah, there's my rant. Bye.
Okay, so she literally just said, legit just said, she's meant to be wifed down, yet she hates men. Right, that's a very contradictory statement that she just made there. So it means she's meant to be wifed down, yet also she's pushing her late 30s here. So why are you just suddenly looking to be wifed down now as you eat your spaghetti, you know, out of the pot? Right? And she said it herself. She said in her 20s, I had a pool of men that I could date because I had no standards. But now that I'm older and I've hit the wall and I have less value and less SMV and less influence over men, less power over men, now's the time to have more standards. You know, I have all these standards now. You cannot make this stuff up, man. You know, goes back to the old saying, beggars can't be choosers, right? Beggars cannot be choosers, man. You cannot, you know, sit there and pick and choose what you want, right? You have to take what you can get, right? Because you waited too long. Simple as that. You waited too long to get married, and now you're screwed. So guess what? Yeah, you do. You do have to drop your standards, right? You don't raise them, you got to drop them. Even lower than you had before, because you have less power, right? I always equate this to the professional athlete, right? When you're younger, that's the time to ask for the big contract. That's the time to get as much money as you can. Because once you're older, you're not going to be able to get that type of money anymore, right? You'll be lucky if they even keep you on the team as a backup, and you could get some mop-up money, which many of these former, like, you know, for example, like in the NFL, these former number one picks, right, that were, you know, paraded on like Sports Illustrated, and they were number one, they were all over the combine and this and that, and all the teams wanted them and had all sorts of money and endorsements being thrown at them. But now that they're heading closer to 40, not so much, right? Now they got to settle for a backup role, and that's okay. That's okay, because the sun is starting to set on your career. That's okay. You just are, you know, you're just thankful that you had a career, and hey, all these men wanted you at one point, but now you're in your sunset years, and you have to take what you can get. Otherwise, just stay single, okay? Because that's what you're headed for anyway. You're just going to remain single, because men don't want to deal with the mouth. Men don't want to deal with the yap and all your requirements and your standards, and now your newfound self-confidence and the 20 therapists that are, you know, brainwashing you with all that. We don't want to hear it, right? That's just noise to us. That's just noise, okay? So if you want to land a man, drop your standards and be a whole lot more pleasant, right? Be a whole lot more pleasant, and God forbid, don't let him see you eating spaghetti out of your pot on TikTok complaining about how you hate men. Next clip.
Open wide, it's time for a hard pill to swallow. If you're dating in 2024 and you're struggling because you feel like the nicer you are to people, the less they like you, it's because you are not dating people who want to date people who like them. It's impossible right now. Because the apps give you this like illusion of choice that make possibilities seem endless. And so it's going to force a lot of us into a space where we feel like we have to date multiple people at one time to stay properly detached. And I spent most of my life dating people who didn't want to date people who actually liked them. And so I actually succeeded by being disinterested. And I would be in long-term relationships with these people. If you're a lover girl, that's hard. It's hard to act disinterested in someone that you love for years. There are hot, talented, successful people who want to date people who like them. And you can tell because they'll think your disinterest is a turnoff. I'm so in love right now and I didn't even know I could love this much. And it's rewarded. It's reciprocated and rewarded. Godspeed. You got this.
So she said, as a woman, the dating apps give her the illusion that she has endless amounts of possibilities to date, right? Which technically she is correct, right? She is not wrong with that. As a woman on the dating app, right? You do, right? If you're just decent looking, right? You're decently fit. You don't have to be, a sports model or anything like that. You do have a lot of opportunity there. However, here's where the illusion plays in. The illusion is these women think that because they have access to good-looking guys on the apps, right? Basically very good-looking men, with a six-pack, washboard abs, and, model-looking dudes. The fact that these guys are willing to have sex with them, they conflate that with these guys wanting a relationship with them. And that's just not reality. That's where the illusion plays in, because these women get tricked into thinking like, oh, this guy's messaging me, he wants me, yeah, he wants to sleep with you. Doesn't mean he wants relationship with you, a relationship from you. It's just like how these guys, DM, these women on social media. Most of the guys DMing these women are simps, right? They're just like, oh my gosh, girl, saw your last post. Just wanted to say hi. My name's Charlie. If you ever want to go out, you're beautiful. Would love to take you out on a date and all this. They're getting that tons and tons. They're getting tons of those messages multiple times per day. And then they trick themselves into believing that these are high value men, right? Or they allow these simps, these low value dudes who are DMing them, that they would never go out within a million years if they saw these guys in person. They're allowing themselves to be tricked into thinking that they're special or that, they're better looking than what they actually are. This is why women are really, really screwed right now, right? Most women, they tend to overvalue themselves, right? They tend to think that they're hotter than they are, thinner than they are, better looking than they are, than in any point in history. Because I remember back in the day, before internet, before social media, definitely before smartphones and dating apps, women were definitely a whole lot more realistic, right? They were way more realistic. I told you one of my buddies back in the day was a chubby chaser, right? What do I mean by chubby chaser? He used to go for these girls who were a little bit chubby, right? Because, and kind of a genius too, because he felt he could get a better looking girl if he just gave room for, her being having a little weight on her. None of them were obese or anything like that. They were just kind of chubby. So that's why we called him a chubby chaser. But without fail, every chubby chick that he brought around us, I remember I was like, that chick's got a really pretty face. I was always like, wow, she's pretty. Or that chick is, her face is gorgeous, right? I mean, no complaints. And, I probably would have hopped in the sack with them too. I mean, yeah, they were just really attractive women. And they weren't really that overweight, like maybe 15 pounds, 20 pounds, I think at most 25. That's like a couple of months on the treadmill. I used to be a trainer. I could knock that right off with a proper diet, some keto, and some treadmill, a little bit of weight training. She'll take that weight right off. So, and plus I eat healthy most of the time. So yeah, she wouldn't be eating garbage around me. However, so that wasn't a big deal, but he would say, I caught up with him not that long ago. And he was like, man, I was killing it back in the day with these chubby chicks. And I go, yeah, you were. You definitely were. I will give you that. You definitely were. Some of those women were really like, if they lost weight, they would just be smoking hot. And he was telling me, can't pull it off today anymore. I'm like, really? Why not? He goes, can't do it, man. He goes, because even these chubby girls, they think they can get these model level guys. You go, they don't need me. They think they could get the model level guys because these guys are messaging them on the apps. And I believe him, because a lot of these chicks just have to post a photo of their pretty face. Tons of guys will message them, right? And mostly guys who will only have sex with them and not want a relationship. Whereas my buddy was actually jumping into relationships with them and boyfriend, girlfriend stuff and long term and wanted to get married and all this. So, but these guys on the apps are just looking to bang them, right? So, but there's the disconnect, right? These chicks tend to think like, oh, okay, this guy, you know, he must want something, you know, maybe I could get him to commit to me. No, you can't, because these guys are only going to have sex with you. When will these women learn? Anyway, more clips.
This is the real reason that dating apps are a complete waste of time for the majority of people, and I have not seen a single person break it down like this yet. I really wish I had some better data to go off of, but I'm an information systems major, so I'm gonna apply some stats here. My best guess is that 5% of people on the apps are in actual relationships and they're looking to cheat on their partner. That's unfortunately probably low, but I'm trying to be optimistic. Another 15% are fresh out of a breakup. They are trying to ease their pain and get under or over somebody as quickly as possible. Also probably low, but we're gonna go with it. Now there's another 25% of people just looking for hookups, fun, whatever it is. And yes, I know that the apps have that like feature saying looking for something casual. But the majority of people actually looking for something casual aren't going to put that because they know their chances are way higher if they act like they actually want something with somebody. Now, I'd say at least 30% of people have a dating app, but they're not actively using it. Or if they are, it's really just to match with people and message them for fun, not actively really wanting to go on dates. A lot of people just want instant validation. They just want to see what's out there, feel like they should be on the apps because why wouldn't you be if you're single? A lot of people experience burnout on the apps. They just go in every now and then to check in, but they know that it's not actually a source that like they think that they could find somebody on. That's the majority of my friends. And then somewhere in that 80%, there are people that like have a situationship, are still talking to their ex, like they are looking but not really looking, leaving only about 20% wanting and actively looking for a relationship. Now out of that 20%, you have to find somebody that you're equally attracted to and like actually have potential with, which isn't necessarily the best odds. So like, is it possible to find people? Yes, of course. But because of all of these people on it for all the wrong reasons, it oversaturates the app and makes it very difficult, therefore wasting a lot of people's time. Let me know what you guys think, but definitely my experience.
Here is another girl, not bad looking, right? Pretty average, but not bad looking, that should have no problem on these dating apps. Yet, here she is getting frustrated about the lack of effort that she is getting from her male suitors, right? And I mean, the problem, again, is the same problem that all of these other women are having with these guys, is you're going for guys that other women also want, right? Women who are younger than you, more fit than you, more youthful than you, have healthier eggs than you do, okay? And have less sexual partners than you do. Let's not forget that. That's a big one, right? Because the women who are younger obviously have not been on the carousel as long, so they have less sexual partners, which makes them what? Makes them more desirable, okay? Makes them more desirable. So you have to ask yourself, like, why on earth does this guy have to lower his standards to be with you? Because that's what these chicks want. It's like they don't want to drop their standards, but they want the guy to drop his standards, right? That makes no sense. That doesn't sound very fair to me. Where's the equality in that they love to preach about so often? So yeah, that is a question that these ladies have to ask themselves. Put my car in neutral. In any case, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you there in my comments. Until next time. All right, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out here with the Lamborghini. Yes, it's my Lambo. Go to Matt Cross Official, my IG, see the entire process of me purchasing this vehicle. It took about 2 months to close, and the same guy who delivered my DeLorean also delivered my Lamborghini. TJ at Florida Exotic Transport. If you ever need to transport a muscle car, exotic car, he's your man. So very excited about this vehicle. It's actually a pretty rare find. It's Rossifesto Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a $14,880 option, believe it or not. I was on a hunt for one for over 2 years, just like I was my DeLorean. Finally found one. It's got super low miles, 11K, not bad. And we're gonna be featuring this car a lot more here on the channel for many years to come. This is gorgeous, isn't it? Whew. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. It hasn't dried yet, but I'm still putting this on there. It's my IG tag. But as always, gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button below. Do it for the Lamborghini and the DeLorean. I still have it, by the way. I'm not selling the DeLorean. I'll probably keep this car for a little bit, but DeLorean is gonna stay. So we'll get the DeLorean back on here pretty soon. But enjoy the Lamborghini. And again, smash the like button. Smash that subscribe button as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there into the world and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making it happen every single week. And I want you to become one of us. I want you to join us. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in Mastery. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work. If you love what I'm doing here, if you love what I'm teaching you here, and you feel like I've added value to your life, this is the best way to pay me back. Get into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months of Mastery. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out with the Lambo. Till next time. Whew, so sweet.